Hi friends. As with most ambitious goals, success in MBA admissions is often a direct reflection of the quality and consistency of your preparation. Applying to top business schools isn't just about submitting strong essays. It's about building a strong candidature well before the application window even opens up. A few days ago, I had a conversation that reinforced this point. Ronit, a recent graduate, reached out to me for some guidance. He's aiming to apply in 2028 or 2029, that is 3 to 4 years from now, but he's already focused on how he can develop his profile in a strategic and meaningful fashion over that time. What stood out was that he's thinking ahead a few years already. Our conversation covered more than just tactical advice. In fact, it uncovered a roadmap that many future applicants could benefit from. That's what led me to pursue this video. So today we will take a look at 5 foundational steps that you as a recent graduate can take to elevate your candidacy well before you start writing essays, polishing resumes, or preparing for interviews. Now note that these are not application tasks per se. Instead, these are profiling building activities that are intended to make you a well-rounded applicant when the time comes for you to apply. So if you're serious about pursuing an MBA in the next few years and want to use that time wisely, this video cannot be missed. Step 1. Gain high quality relevant work experience. One of the most important parts of a strong MBA application is having a meaningful relevant work experience. Business schools aren't just looking at how long you have been working, they're looking at what kind of impact you have created along the way. If you're early in your career or just starting out, you might not get the opportunity to lead major deals or manage large teams. That is fine. What matters more is how you have added value in the role that you have been given. Have you improved a process or helped solve a tricky problem or even contributed to a project that made a concrete difference? That is what really matters. Even if your role is technical or junior, admissions teams want to see that you are not just doing the bare minimum as defined by your role. They, in fact, are looking for whether you have been thinking critically, taking initiative, and showing signs of leadership and growth. Another way to stand out is by taking work that is outside of your job description. For example, if you're working in a sales role, try collaborating with the marketing team to bring your sales experience to them so that they can craft a more targeted message for each distinct client segment. This kind of cross functional experience shows your business awareness, flexibility, and teamwork, the key qualities for any successful MBA applicant. Also, it helps to show clear career progress. Promotions, new responsibilities, or even stepping up during a team challenge can demonstrate that you're growing and looking for new experiences, thereby readying yourself for the next level. If you've had any kind of international exposure, whether that is a long term assignment or a short term project, that's a great bonus as well. In short, it's not about the title on your resume, it's about the initiative you have shown, the impact that you have made, and how you have grown along the way. Step 2. Develop leadership experience, both formally and informally. Leadership is one of the most sought after qualities in MBA applicants. But contrary to popular belief, you don't need to be a team manager or a department head to prove that you have some leadership potential in you. In fact, some of the best examples of leadership come from people who simply take initiative regardless of their specific role in a team situation. So start by looking at your current role. Have you taken ownership of a task or an area? Have you coordinated work across teams? Have you found a way to solve an ongoing problem at work? These actions show that you are not waiting for permission. You are stepping up and creating change. Leadership also shows up in informal ways. Maybe you have organized a knowledge sharing session for your team, or mentored a new colleague, or helped create a more inclusive work culture. These examples may seem small, but they show that you are engaged, proactive, and willing to make things better for everyone. Remember, what matters is the mindset of taking initiatives, influencing others, and helping things move forward. Business schools want to admit students who are already practicing leadership, not the students who are waiting for it to be taught during their MBA. The more examples you can share of you stepping up and creating a change, the stronger your application will be. Step 3. Pursue relevant certifications. Certifications can be a great way to deepen your knowledge, show your commitment to a field, and strengthen your MBA profile. They are especially helpful if you are from a technical or a process oriented background, or if you are making a career shift. For example, if you're targeting a career in finance, the Chartered Financial Analyst or the CFA certification is a great signal that you're serious about the industry. For project management or operations roles, project management professional or PMP or any Six Sigma certification will stand out. And if you're in tech, cloud certifications like AWS or Azure can show that you understand both the technical and business aspects of things. Even marketing professionals can benefit from credentials like HubSpot or Google certifications. Overall, all certifications help you stay current and show that you are putting in the effort to upskill. Now, note that certifications don't replace work experience, but they show initiative and discipline. They also make you more credible to both admissions teams and future employers. In short, if a certification helps you grow and clarify your direction, it's well worth pursuing. Now, having said that, not all certifications carry equal weight for every candidate. So be strategic. Focus only on the certifications that are most relevant for your future career goals and avoid accumulating certifications for the sake of them, or worse, at the expense of building strong leadership experiences. Step 4. Reflect and clarify your career goals. One of the biggest mistakes MBA applicants make is not being clear about their goals. Admissions committees don't expect you to have every little thing figured out, but they do want to see that you have put serious thought into your career planning. So start by researching different industries and roles. Try to understand what various jobs involve on a day-to-day basis, what skills they require, and what the typical career paths look like. This will help you narrow your interests and discover what truly excites you. Also, look inward. Evaluate what kind of work energizes you. What are your strengths? Where do you lack? What do you need to grow? Be honest with yourself, not just about what you are good at, but also what you still need to learn. If you plan to switch careers, you can explore a new field of work by stepping outside of your current area. Take a project in a different department. Join a short course in an unfamiliar field. These experiences will help you validate and, in many cases, rule out certain interests and give you substantial experience to bring forth in your essays and interviews. One of the best things you can do is to talk to professionals who are already working in your targeted field. Ask them what they love, what they hate, and what advice they would give to someone like you who is entering the field. These conversations are often eye opening and far more helpful than hours of online research. Once you gain enough clarity, you'll find it much easier to explain your goals with confidence and purpose, which is exactly what MBA committees are looking for in a successful applicant. Step 5. Build a personal narrative. Your personal narrative is the story that ties everything together, your experiences, your goals, and your values. And it's one of the most powerful tools you have in your MBA application. While your resume lists what you have done, your narrative explains why and how. Why did you choose a particular path? What challenges shaped your thinking? What are you aiming for and what motivates you to keep going? These are the questions that the admissions committees expect your narrative to answer. A great way to start building your narrative is to keep a career journal. Now, it doesn't have to be anything formal or fancy. It could just be a piece of paper where you're recording your big milestones, lessons learned, and moments of growth. Over time, these notes will help you spot patterns and understand your own journey better. They will also give you authentic context to use in essays and interviews at a later point in time. Another part of telling your story is how you show up online, especially on LinkedIn. Admission officers are increasingly looking at LinkedIn to get a sense of your communication style, professional interests, and thought leadership. So use LinkedIn to share project wins, industry insights, or even short reflections on things that you have learned. A consistent and thoughtful LinkedIn presence can really enhance your profile. Ultimately, building your narrative is about being intentional and consistent. The more clearly you can explain who you are and where you want to go, the more compelling your story becomes to the people reviewing your application. In conclusion, strengthening your MBA profile is about consistent, intentional growth over time. By focusing on relevant experience, leadership, certifications, clear goals, and a compelling narrative, you position yourself as a well rounded, purpose driven candidate, which will ultimately reflect in strong essays and impressive interviews. So start today. Begin with a small but concrete step, whether that's launching your career journal, scheduling your first informational interview, or identifying one strategic certification aligned with your future goals. Whatever it is, do that first move today. After all, there is no better time than now to start the journey. See you in the next video.